Okay, I'm about to make a brookie pie. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 2 cups of all-purpose flour to my bowl right here. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, 2 cups of flour to my bowl. Then I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Two teaspoons of cornstarch. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Yep, that's 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, then I'm going to whisk this together. I'm going to whisk it all together. Whisk all my dry ingredients together. Set this to the side. Then in my mixing bowl, I'm going to take a stick of butter. I'm going to cream a stick of butter. Actually, 12 tablespoons. I'm gonna cream. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna cream 12 table. I'm gonna add 12. I'm gonna take 12 tablespoons of butter and I'm gonna cream it. I'm gonna cream 12 tablespoons of butter together. Yep, so I'm gonna take 12 tablespoons of butter and I'm gonna cream it all together. Again, 12 tablespoons of butter that I'm creaming here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to cream the butter. See that? Now that's cream. It's like a margarine-like consistency. That's creamed. So now I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. Three-fourths of a cup of light brown sugar. I'm going to try to get all the lumps out of it. Make sure there's no lumps in it. Add that before I add it. Then 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. Gotta be careful. Drop the thing there. Okay. Then I'm going to incorporate the sugars into the butter. Okay, then now I'm going to add 1 egg to this, 1 large egg. I'm going to add one large egg to this. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Two teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. And these are Madagascar vanilla beans. I made this vanilla extract from scratch. From vanilla beans that are grown in Madagascar. Took me about 3 months. 3 or 4 months to get that. They're made with vodka. You let the vanilla, cut the vanilla beans and let them sit in vodka for about 3 or 4 months. Now I'm just going to incorporate that in to the mixture. until they're combined. Mix them until they're combined. Then I'm going to add, so now I'm going to add my dry ingredients to my wet ingredients in increments of 1.5 cups at a time. Incorporate it before adding the rest of the dry ingredient. Okay. Okay, now I can just add the rest of the dry ingredients to it. Okay. Okay, mix it until it's well incorporated. Clean the sides of the bowl. Mix it until everything is well incorporated into it. Okay, so now I'm going to add 225 grams of Nestle Toll House semi-sweet chocolate chips. So I'm going to take my scale, turn my scale on. Make sure it's zeroed out. I'm going to put my cup on there. Zero it out. Add 225 grams. I'm a little over. 225 grams. Add that to my batter. Mix it in. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to start mixing this by hand. Well, now, no, I'm gonna take my brownie pan. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to it. Add a little bit of oil to it. Then I'm gonna coat it in oil very well. very well. Then I'm gonna take my, I'm gonna mix this by hand now. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in my pan, and I'm gonna evenly spread it out. I'm gonna press it evenly out into the square. Now this is my cookie layer. All right, that's my cookie layer. All right, so now I'm gonna set this aside. Now I'm gonna do my brownie layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat this. I'm gonna heat this up. Heat the saucepan up. I'm gonna let this saucepan get hot. I'm gonna let the pan get hot. Heat it up on medium heat. Now I'm gonna take a stick of butter. When I make the brownie layer, take a stick of butter. And I'm gonna melt it into the saucepan. Let it melt into the saucepan. And then to this I'm gonna add 228 grams of semi-sweet of the chocolate. 228 grams I'm gonna add to that. Okay, that's about 200, that's close enough. 225 grams, 228 grams. I'm gonna add it to this pan with the butter. Then I'm gonna incorporate it in. Until it's completely smooth. I'm gonna incorporate everything until it's completely smooth and melt it. Yep, I'm gonna incorporate it until it's all completely smooth. And incorporate it in. See how it's melting on the side? Yep, I'm gonna incorporate it just like this. Okay, I'm just making sure the butter melts. The stick of butter melts into it, and that the chocolate is melted smooth. I'm just gonna beat this until I'm just gonna mix it until it's smooth, no lumps in it. But be careful not to burn it on medium heat. This is on medium heat now. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove it from the heat. See how smooth it is? That's what you want. You want it to be nice and smooth. And I'm gonna let this cool for 5 minutes before proceeding to the next step. Okay, I let it cool for 5 minutes. So now I'm gonna add 3 eggs to this mixture. Add 3 eggs to it. Add them one at a time. Okay, and to this I'm going to add after the eggs, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. Three-fourths of a cup of white sugar. And then 1/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. One-fourth of a cup of light brown sugar. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Again, homemade vanilla extract from Madagascar. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix everything in. Incorporate everything. Incorporate the sugars. Then I'm going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. One-fourth of a teaspoon of salt. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Hershey's unsweetened cocoa. Two tablespoons of Hershey's unsweetened cocoa powder. This is going to be strong. I'd actually be afraid to eat this. Okay. Incorporate it, mix everything in. Okay, now I'm gonna add half of a cup of all-purpose flour. Half of a cup of all-purpose flour. Now I'm gonna incorporate that in. Then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour to this mixture. Then I'm gonna add another 2 tablespoons of it to this mixture. Okay, so now I'm gonna incorporate that in. Thoroughly. Oh, that looks good though. Look at it. Wow. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna spread this over my cookie layer evenly. I'm gonna evenly spread this over my cookie layer. Scrape as much out of the pot as I can. Spread this over my cookie layer. Spread it evenly. Evenly as I can. Okay, then I'm gonna put this in my oven that's been preheated to 350 degrees. And I'm gonna bake it for between 45 minutes to 1 hour. And that's your Brookie.